JP and Noreen McManus, it's incredible really what they put into this event and this sport over the last 14 years. For us to be able to put a prize fund together that reflects this as being the second top prize winning race in the country just shows the manifestation of their support for the Conor Kirby, but for greyhound racing, and in fact as an add-on to that, the GAA community as a result of that as well. So it's superb, and we thank them sincerely for that.
Conor Kirby, Noreen's parents, great dog lovers. Noreen grew up with the dogs, and indeed she walked them herself and gave her dad great support in the greyhound industry. So I suppose her love for the greyhounds has always been there, which is in memory of her parents. And I think JP, and I'd say Declan Moylan, who's a great GAA man, great background in GAA, put their heads together and they came up with a unique concept of having the greyhound competition linked with the GAA. And as you said, the sponsors of each dog then turn out to be a GAA club or a camogie club or ladies football. It's a great concept, and every year somebody hits the jackpot.
We didn't expect him to win, but we thought he might represent us well, which is where we would be with GAA and all that as well. The dog came out like a rocket and hit the first pin and just flew home. And sure, the more we found out about the dog afterwards, then sure, Knocky Dazzler and Dan was back our side of the country. After that, we had the night here, the race night, which made up on 20,000 more than it. And sure, there was further money from the McManuses all year long. At the moment, we're doing up our dressing rooms. We have grant aid got for it, but you have to have some of your own finances. And the pitch is also being resanded later on this year. So it all goes to good use. I was telling Luke from 95 GAA there, our numbers are small at senior level in particular, and you have to do everything to try to attract that extra player or whatever, and so we have to try to make sure there's facilities there for them, be it lights, railing, dressing rooms, and we're putting the money towards all them things.
It's amazing, this past year has been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest, like the journey that we've gone on. I suppose even there, it all started before the Kirby, we had a very, very special dog that took us on a very special journey, and a journey that we'll never forget really, it's been a dream come true. Like, I remember that night, it's a night that we'll never forget really, myself and my family, and I suppose just briefly looking back, to have everyone there, and it almost felt as if everyone was behind us that night. It was extra special, There's really no competition like it in not only in the country but even in the entire world, to have each club, but behind each dog, and it's it generates such good support, and it's there's always such a great buzz around the stadium, especially this time of year, for the Kirby, it's a magical time of year really, and even the support that we got from Mountcollins was amazing, even there looking at all the posts on social media, it's great to have that kind of support, behind you.
Limerick is sitting there right in the middle of, I suppose, it's north of Kerry, south of Dublin, and that in an exceptionally rich area of the country for greyhound racing. That's the first thing. Probably one of our finest stadiums in the country as well, outside of Dublin, there's no doubt about that, and a big investment by ourselves into it. So for that reason, for Limerick broadly, but the wider impact out into the broader community, not just the GAA community, because within the GAA community everybody's involved in the GAA community, so it spreads beyond that into schools, into businesses, into local clubs, bars, etc., and all of that. This event just grows over a 5-week period, and everybody in Limerick knows that it's on, is involved in it.